What if the very protein you trust every single day has been quietly slowing down your muscle growth this entire time?
Most people believe protein is just protein, and as long as they eat enough of it, the job is done. But that belief is exactly why so many people train hard for months and still struggle to build the body they want.
The truth is far more powerful than most realize.
Your body reacts very differently depending on the type of protein you eat, and those differences can completely change your results. Some proteins barely trigger muscle growth efficiently, while others send your body into full repair and growth mode almost immediately. Once you understand this, you stop looking at food the same way forever.
Now, before anything else, let us make one thing clear. Total protein intake still matters more than everything.
If you are not eating enough protein overall, no fancy strategy will save your progress. Your muscles need raw material to grow. But once you are consistently hitting your daily protein target, the quality of that protein becomes the real game changer. This is where the difference between average progress and impressive transformation begins to appear. The people who build muscle faster are usually not just training harder.
They are giving their body a better environment to grow every single day.
The reason this matters comes down to something called essential amino acids.
These are the amino acids your body cannot create on its own under any circumstance.
If you do not get them from food, your body simply does not have the tools needed to build new muscle tissue properly. And this is where animal protein starts pulling ahead. Research has repeatedly shown that animal proteins contain higher amounts of these muscle-building amino acids compared to most plant proteins. That means every bite of high-quality protein gives your muscles more building material to work with immediately. It sounds simple, but this single detail changes everything about recovery, strength, and muscle growth over time.
But even that is not the whole story. Because eating protein is one thing. Actually absorbing it is another completely different battle. Your body does not use every gram of protein you consume. Some protein sources are absorbed extremely efficiently, while others lose a noticeable amount during digestion. This is called bioavailability, and it is one of the most overlooked factors in nutrition today. Animal proteins consistently show higher bioavailability than most plant proteins. That means your body can actually use more of what you eat instead of wasting it.
Over weeks, months, and years, that difference becomes enormous.
Tiny advantages repeated daily create massive long-term results. Now this is where things become really interesting.
Processing changes how protein behaves inside your body. Plant proteins in powder form usually absorb better than whole plant foods because the body can break them down faster.
But with animal protein, the absorption rate is already incredibly high.
Whey protein, in particular, stands at the very top. It absorbs rapidly, delivers amino acids quickly, and creates one of the strongest muscle-building responses ever measured in nutrition research.
Eggs are excellent too. Lean meat is fantastic.
But whey consistently separates itself because it combines speed, quality, and efficiency all at once in a way very few foods can match. And then we reach the most important part of the entire muscle-building process.
One amino acid controls whether muscle growth truly begins or not. That amino acid is leucine. Think of leucine like the ignition key that starts the engine of muscle growth.
Without enough leucine, your body struggles to fully activate muscle protein synthesis, which is the process responsible for repairing and building new muscle tissue. Leucine activates something called mTOR, which acts like your body's internal growth switch. Once that switch turns on, your muscles finally receive the signal to grow stronger and larger after training.
This is why whey protein dominates almost every discussion about muscle growth.
It naturally contains the highest leucine content of any common protein source available today.
And it does not just provide leucine alone. It also delivers the full spectrum of essential amino acids needed to continue the muscle building process after the signal has been activated. That combination is incredibly powerful. Many people make the mistake of thinking branched-chain amino acids alone are enough, but that is not true.
Leucine may start the process, but essential amino acids are what actually build the muscle afterward. Without both working together, growth becomes limited.
Another fascinating advantage of whey protein is something most people never think about at all. Your body actually burns calories digesting food. This is called the thermic effect of food, and protein has the highest thermic effect of any macronutrient. But whey protein appears to create an even stronger effect compared to many other proteins. Your body burns more energy processing it, meaning you are naturally increasing calorie expenditure simply through digestion. That makes whey uniquely valuable because it supports both muscle growth and fat loss at the same time. Most people think those two goals fight each other, but in reality, the right nutrition helps both happen together. The connection between muscle and fat loss is much deeper than people realize. Muscle tissue burns more calories than fat tissue even while you are resting. That means the more muscle you build, the higher your metabolism becomes automatically. Your body starts burning more calories every single day without extra effort. This is why building muscle is one of the smartest long-term fat loss strategies in existence. And because whey protein is so effective at supporting muscle growth, it indirectly becomes one of the most effective tools for improving body composition overall. You are not just getting bigger muscles. You are building a faster, stronger body. Now let us talk about how to actually use whey protein effectively, because this is where most people overcomplicate things unnecessarily. Many believe whey is only useful immediately after workouts, but that is far too limiting. Yes, having protein around your workout window is helpful, but the real secret is consistency throughout the entire day. Your muscles respond best when they receive high-quality protein multiple times daily rather than all at once. Every protein-rich meal acts like another signal telling your body to repair and grow. That repeated stimulation matters far more than obsessing over one perfect post-workout shake. One of the smartest strategies is combining whey protein with whole food meals. Imagine eating chicken, rice, and vegetables for dinner, then adding a small whey shake afterward. The extra leucine from the whey strengthens the anabolic response from the entire meal. You are not simply adding more protein. You are amplifying the muscle-building signal already happening inside your body. This creates a stronger environment for recovery and growth with very little extra effort. Small habits like this may not feel dramatic in one day, but over time they create results that are impossible to ignore. There are also different types of whey protein people should understand. Whey concentrate is the most affordable and still extremely effective for most people. It contains slightly more fat and lactose but works incredibly well. Whey isolate is filtered further, removing most lactose and fat, making it easier to digest for people sensitive to dairy. Then there is whey hydrolysate, which absorbs the fastest because it is broken into smaller peptide chains already. But for most people, concentrate or isolate provides more than enough benefit. The biggest mistake is obsessing over perfection instead of focusing on consistency. Protein timing is another area surrounded by myths. For years, people believed they had a tiny 30-minute anabolic window after workouts. Miss that window and your gains supposedly disappear. Modern research paints a completely different picture. Your body remains highly responsive to protein for several hours after training. What matters most is hitting enough protein consistently across the day. Spreading protein over 3 to 5 meals works extremely well because each meal helps trigger muscle protein synthesis again. This keeps your body in a more consistent state of repair and growth instead of relying on one giant protein meal. Plant proteins can absolutely work too, especially when combined intelligently. Pea protein and rice protein together create a much more complete amino acid profile than either one alone. Many plant-based supplements now use this exact combination for that reason. But even then, whey still holds the advantage in leucine content, absorption, and overall effectiveness. That does not mean plant proteins are useless. It simply means whey remains the most efficient option currently available for maximizing muscle growth. If dairy is not a problem for you, there is little reason to avoid it. Some people still fear high protein intake because of old myths about kidney damage. For healthy individuals without existing kidney disease, research consistently shows high-protein diets are safe. In fact, higher protein intake is often associated with better body composition, stronger bones, improved recovery, and better long-term muscle preservation. Your body needs protein constantly, especially if you train hard regularly.
Avoiding protein out of fear only limits your progress and slows your results unnecessarily.
Quality protein is not the enemy.
It is one of the most powerful tools your body has for growth, recovery, and long-term health. At the end of the day, the answer becomes incredibly clear. If your goal is maximizing muscle growth, improving recovery, staying lean, and building a stronger body overall, whey protein stands at the top for a reason. It combines high leucine content, excellent bioavailability, complete amino acids, fast digestion, and powerful anabolic effects into one simple tool.
But remember, no supplement replaces consistency.
The people who transform their bodies are not the ones chasing complicated trends.
They are the ones mastering the basics every single day. Eat enough protein. Train hard. Recover properly. Stay patient. Those small choices repeated daily become life-changing results over time.